या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य Sri Arvind, you all are the chosen children of the Divine Mother. The importance and the relevance of 17th November, it was not the fatal day in the life of Mother in 1973, but it was the day for the rebirth of our entire universe. It was the day of the new mutation that has been launched on the planet, our Earth. It was a starting point of new time, new age, new millennium, new reality and new relativity all together. It's a new physics that started. It's a new birth that started. It was the concrete reality demonstrating on the mortal soil the very first demonstration of immortality. In Vedanta, millenniums back it was proclaimed, heralded, announced and guaranteed to the millenniums yet to come. Srunavantu amrutasya putraha. Human race is not animal. Human race is not governed and guided by animality. Human race is not the just a race of a certain bare, hard, backward, inert physicality. Human race is evolutionary with a spirit of real freedom, real equality, liberty and fraternity. It is human race that was given the power of speech, power of vacha, power of words. Muse and words together were only given as boon to the human race. It was mind, top of it, was also given as the peak of our Prakriti. It might be according to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, this trinity of Apara Prakriti. Sri Aurobindo was a decisive action direct from the Supreme. So what action Sri Aurobindo took and what action Mother collaborated with Sri Aurobindo throughout the life was completely known to the world, but the common mentality could not grasp, comprehend this exceptional reality, that divine reality, that reality of consciousness, Reality of matter was experimented by Einstein, and theory of relativity was offered to disclose and to unfold the mystery of science at this level. The world of science at present even is guided and governed by this relativity as the supreme truth of science. But it is the relativity based on matter. And science is bit confused and totally bewildered that from where matter has been derived, what was the source of the matter. And it is in the source of the matter that we can have. Scientists think, scholars think, scientists base their hypothesis on it at the time of Newton, Archimedes, Galileo, even Stephen Hawking, and try to find out the master clue to root out the possibility of death at the level of humanity. Nor death, nor disease, nor anything related to disease, medicines and all these things have been rooted out, removed. On the contrary, they are overruling the real life of human being and human race with fear, terrible apprehension, bhai. As humanity, though with mind, a special quality given to human race, still is a slave of the baseless apprehension of death. Death is not rooted out. Science is taking all the while circling track of mind. Mind was given to humanity and science tried to find out the substance of mind, reality of mind. But science horribly failed to find out the diagram of mind. Diagram of physical body is available. Even in the previous birth of Sri Aurobindo, Leonardo da Vinci drew 17,000 diagrams of each and every part, each and every organ, each and every spare parts of this unique machine that is conducted, guided, controlled and operated by mind so miraculously. We have just taken flight to moon, taken flight to Mars. We have not taken flight to our inner reality where divine is dwelling. Mamaivangsho jiva loke jiva bhuto sanatana. It is there, but we have not taken flight to that spot. No diagram of soul is available. Similarly, no diagram of mind is available. No diagram of psychic is available. No diagram of self is available. No diagram of divinity in cell is available. Mother, for the first time ever in the history of existence, propounded this hypothesis under the patronization of the yoga of Sri Aurobindo along with her. This is the age we have witnessed. We are participating. We are participating in new velocity instead of the circling track of mind. We are participating in new velocity where vertical velocity and horizontal velocity and many unknown modes of velocity are being so clubbed, so intermingled that it becomes total velocity. And it is the total velocity that is the way, that is the motion, which can lead us to the utmost mystery of mind and the utmost mystery of spirit. It is the mind that has become the bridge. That is what Sri Aurobindo experienced and dictated in Savitri. It is the mind that is the bridge. between consciousness and matter. At one end there is consciousness, at another end there is matter. And it is the combination of matter and consciousness that created mind as its instrument to manifest matter also and to manifest consciousness also. It is mind and mind only which can manifest both of them. So both are not contrary to each other. Mind is not contradictory to matter, and matter is not contradictory to mind. Similarly, matter is not contradictory to consciousness, and consciousness is not contradictory to matter. Swami Vivekananda in Alipur jail for 14 days, the soul of Swami Vivekananda presented certain clues to Sri Aurobindo when he was in jail, before even his very start of this new yoga, integral yoga. Thereafter, Lord Krishna came to him personally, as he came to Narsi Mehta and Mirabai, Sakubai in our country. As Lord Jesus Christ also presented himself to so many disciples, so many cardinals and archbishops in Christianity. And that is what the very reason why Yoganandaji Paramhans declared openly and wrote in his book, his masterpiece, that Lord Christ is a Lord Krishna of Western world and Lord Krishna is a Lord Jesus Christ of the Eastern world. So it is the Christ consciousness and the consciousness of Lord Krishna, they are on the same parity. They are the two sides of the one coin, inseparable reality. That is real fraternity. Anal Haq is Paramanand. Anal Haq is Nijanand. Individually also we can leave Anal Haq. Universally also we can leave Anal Haq. But with the crystallized instrument of mind. It is mind, if it becomes crystallized instrument, then and then only we can grasp the reality of the invisible, unknowable, unknown. These are all terminologies depicted by Sri Aurobindo in Savitri, ultimately lived by the mother, and this is the gist, this is the essence of all 6,000 pages of agenda. This is the agenda that will start tomorrow. This is the agenda of the new race going towards immortality faster than any velocity up till now prevalent in the world. It will be faster. There is no question now of years, centuries, millenniums or ages. Sri Aurobindo has assured categorically, earth shall be unexpectedly divine. Earth shall be unexpectedly divine, shall be assured future. And Sri Aurobindo brought down that possibility of assured future of immortality, where Srunavantu Amrutasya Putra can be the real nature of life. It is the super nature that will be created on the earth as new milieu, and for that very reason and purpose Sri Aurobindo got supramental, descended down on the earth on 29th February. Now all these parameters have to be so integrated that we can understand and enter into the new avenue of the sadhana that was undertaken by Mother for the first time ever in the existence of this universe. It was for the first time, and for the first time the experiment that was launched there in Pondicherry in her small room has been so universalized, has been so cosmic, has been so part of the new center of the new reality, center of the new relativity, where divine and human are one. Divine can be human, human can be divine at will. It is not merely the birth at will. It will be the new brand of ultimate formation of existence. ultimate formulation of existence, ultimate beauty of existence can be within our hand, provided our mind is operated in the right direction, provided our mind is made free, totally free. That is real moksha, that is real nirvana, to go to that world, upper world, seventh world upper, and get our soul mixed up with that supreme reality with a view not to come back again on the earth, is not moksha. The yoga of Sri Aurobindo is not for moksha, nor for nirvana, nor for salvation. It is to bring down the reality of the supreme, reality that is invisible, unknowable, unknown to us, but it is the reality. It is the fathomless zero occupied the world. And that before that Sri Aurobindo has written in Savitri, across the path of the divine event, Mother travelled as pilgrim on this new sunlit path toward the divine event. And what is divine event? The very first human body that could give birth to the supramental body of new matter, divine matter. Inert matter was exceeded, human matter was also exceeded, and supramental matter, divine matter, matter of light, matter of self, matter of spirit, matter of Atma, matter of Jivatma, and matter of the soul that is living in us since so many births previously. That is found out and put into relativity, put into mass. It is not the mass of Einstein now taken into account. It is the mass of the Indian spirituality. It is the mass of the Srunavantu Amrutasya Putra. It is the mass of the Ajo Nityo Sasvato Ayam Purano that was created on the earth through one's own body. It is the body of the mother that created this new matter of divinity on the earth for divine to descend down in toto, not as ounce, not as portion, not as part, in toto. So there is moksha. Where is moksha? Moksha is here. And if divine matter can be created with the cellular transformation as mother did, divine is also here within us to be manifested in this new format. And that new format of human body is the format of supramental being, that is Superman. So this is the march from human being to superhuman being. Appearance will be human, reality will be superhuman. And total reality will be supramental, because the base of it, the pedestal of this new reality will be the pedestal of supramental consciousness, which had become the new milieu, ever taken place in the history of existence and ever taken place as such in the history of earth, which got annihilation 6 times. This is the 7th earth, and 7th earth is not going to commit annihilation. It will be transformed. And the very first transformation of the soil of earth, the very first transformation of the Panchamahabhut that was taken up in her own laboratory by Mother throughout. And today is the day on which Mother realized and fulfilled and accomplished this vision of Sri Aurobindo's yoga, and the yoga of his collaborator, permanent collaborator, representing the total consciousness of Ardhanari Nateshwar, dual reality of Shiva and Parvati there, that was unknown up till now, that was unknowable up till now has become knowable, practicable, reliable and livable on the soil of the earth. That is today. That is today. We have seen that dimension in the morning, but sacrifice on the part of the mother for this realization was tremendous, which we cannot imagine. We cannot imagine. Anything can be achieved with sacrifice. If God also is here in human form, had to sacrifice. Lord Rama also sacrificed. Muhammad Sahib also sacrificed. Also Zarathustra also sacrificed. Lord Krishna, Purna Purushottam Paramatma had also sacrificed. And all vibhutis and all dignitaries selected by the divine directly have also sacrificed. But Lord Supreme World Mother came down on the earth in human body, in human form, with all human limitations, had also sacrificed everything and created and given birth to the new body of supramental, that is supramental body without biological, physical process. So all parameters up till now unknown to mind, unknown to spirit. Those who have undergone sadhana, tapascharya, bhakti, spirituality, totally, right from the birth, like Prahlad, Dhruv, till Narsi Mehta, Mirabai, they also did not realize this individually. There are certain selected devotees who individually experienced it, death at will. Death was not must for them. Death was not must for Rangavdut Babji of Nareswar. Death was not must for Pujya Mota of Jhangirpara. Death was not there compulsory for Sakubai and Mirabai. Death was not compulsory for Tulsidas. But it was not universal nature. It never became universal relativity beyond Einstein. Because death was under their control, but creation was not under their control. Death was not under their control, but new reality, new memory, new recollecting process, new continuity of consciousness was not under their control. Srimad Bhagavad says, King Muchkund was used by Lord Krishna as crystallized instrument for his very purpose. And Srimad Bhagavat stand witness to this individually remarkable, unique event, divine event, but individual. Muchkund requested, prayed to Lord Krishna, I got your work accomplished. I completed your assignment to me. Now I would like to enter into the new zone of devotion, dedication, yoga. Let me have this new experience, de novo experience. Lord Krishna was standing before him and he prayed to him. Can we not pray to the mother who is always standing before us? If Muchkund could pray to Lord Krishna and got everything in the next birth, can we not do it before mother? This is the day for all of us to ask anything and everything from mother. And mother is there to grant each and every demand on our part. Doesn't matter, it might be childish or it might be idiotic or it might be foolish. We are the children of God. We must be even as He. How can we be He? How can we have His human portion divine? Under her patronization, under her reality, under her grace, following her footprints. Then we can get it. But sacrifice was there, and sacrifice was also paid by the person who got dictation as such of 6,000 pages of 13 agenda. He has also ventilated his own grievances against the people who could not bear the contribution that was submitted by Satprem to the mother. For so many years, Satprem offered his total energy to mother in order to take the dictation as such directly from the horse's mouth. Now has paid this price for this for ourselves, for us, for new time and new age. And mother gave birth to her own supramental body without any process, simply on the strength of her will of the sail, her will of the transformed sail, her will of the transformed cellular pattern. And that was the clue. As Muchkund asked from Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna gave him at that moment the boon that you will be in the next birth my chosen devotee. And he became Narsi Mehta in Gujarat, in Junagadh. That was Srimad Bhagavat witnesses. This immortality, Jambuvan was immortal. Father-in-law of Lord Krishna, Hanuman, Vibhishan. We know there are certain individual demonstration here in our country, immortal, but immortality was not the environment. Immortality was not the nature. Immortality was not the master velocity. Immortality was not the reality over and above relativity of Einstein and over and above the supreme Paratpar that is there in unknowable and unknown state of consciousness. Unknowable and unknown became reality, where relativity is submerged. That is science, that is new physics. Here also it is presented. Now, mother came to this threshold to cross over the extinction verge. As Sita could cross over Lakshman Rekha, similarly at present, before our very nose, Sri Mataji crossed over this extinction verge of death. For us, for entire humanity, not for oneself, not for anybody of her relative, not for individual as such of her family. It was for the new generation, new mass, new humanity. But warning is given to Satprem last. We have seen Satprem was prevented from being there in the room of the mothers during last 6 months of this human life of mother, this mortal life of mother. And with the result, we have not the true demonstration, genuine demonstration, realistic demonstration, scientific demonstration of the actual mothers diving deeply into the cave of death, in order to bring out the light of immortality. It is the greatest, grandest black hole here in our body, not in the cosmos. The black hole up till now not viewed by any glass, by any instrument, by any scientific instrument, but mother personally, physically entered into the cave of death in order to bring out the light, new light, for Varam Rupam Jyoti of immortality for humanity and for establishing kingdom of God on the earth. She had become Holy Grail. Every atom of mother's body became Holy Grail. Every atom, every cell of human body of the mother became new reality, new relativity, new mass. Body was not there because bodies were not, needed not. Soul itself was its deathless form. Mother soul became the deathless form. Mother psychic, remaining psychic, became the framework of her entire body. That was the yoga launched by mother. They have even and the material consciousness, what was the clue that mother experimented? Written in 73, because mother spoke the same quote in 73, that is the year of her physical demise and the birth of supramental body. And the material consciousness repeats Om Namo Bhagavate. It's like the background of everything. It's like the background, mother says, it's like the background of everything. And Om Namo Bhagavate means, our popular mantra, popular slogan is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And Vasudevaya, that is Lord Krishna. This is the reality to be born after Lord Krishna. It is the Krishna consciousness that has become Kalki Narayan consciousness, that has become Lord Kalki. So it is beyond Vasudev. Lord Krishna determined to end the age of Kali, to shorten the age of Kali, and assigned Sri Aurobindo this new assignment, this new physics, this new reality to create heaven, the world of immortality, nature of immortality, nature of relativity and reality together on the earth. And that Sri Aurobindo and the mother fulfilled. Radha being a Prakriti, Radha being Sattva, Rajas, Tamas at the level of over mental consciousness, along with Lord Krishna during the experiment of Ras, and Ras is the velocity. Ras is the demonstration of total velocity on the earth. It was for Anand, it was for Nijanand, it was for divine Anand, where divine in the center and divine in the circumference. Divine is this sthiti, divine is the stability, divine is the totality, and divine is multiplicity too. That is Ras Leela, that Lord Krishna accomplished before 5,000 years back. Now the same Krishna became Kalki Narayan. As Ram became Krishna, so Krishna is to become Kalki Narayan, and that advanced form of Lord Krishna's consciousness over mental consciousness has now become supramental consciousness. And that supramental consciousness was lived by the mother throughout this sadhana of descent. And there mother writes, it's like the background of everything. Om Namo Bhagavate is the background of anything, and Bhagavate means Paratpar. Bhagavate means the absolute reality. Bhagavate means Om Tat Sat. Bhagavate means Satchidanand. Bhagavate means Rutam Bruhat Satyam. That became the matter. That is the source of the matter. That is the light. That is the super light. It was brought down by Sri Aurobindo as supramental light. Supramental light is also a reference given by Sri Aurobindo. Supramental power is also the terminology used by Sri Aurobindo, and supramental reality, that is also the terminology used by Sri Aurobindo. So supramental light is reality, supramental light is infinity, supramental light is total reality, total velocity, and supramental light is total divinity too. And Om Namo Bhagavate is a prayer of the earth. As I told you in the morning, world's prayer. It is the world's prayer compelled her mortal birth. It was the silent world prayer that compelled birth of Savitri, and that was the signal moment. So Sri Mother created this signal moment, reciting the mantra of Om Namo Bhagavate. And Bhagavate means Paratpar is to be descended down in full totality. So there will be no moksha, that is transition from mortal world to the immortal world. Transition from this world to the another world. Transition from this earth to the Swarg or whatever it is. Now that is stopped. Namo Bhagavate, you know a background, that is a material support. The mantra is a material support. It can awaken our cells. It can awaken the dormant cells, those unknown cells, unknowable cells, dormant cells are to be awakened. And awakened for what? Awakened to participate in this new Ras Leela. Awakened to participate in supramental Leela. Awakened to participate in the supramentalized form of Lord Krishna to be located in the center, and the new velocity of supramental Lord Krishna is to be participated, that is participants of a divine comedy. It is divine comedy for which apparent sacrifice is a must. No, those cells could not die. Satprem writes, no, those cells who have been under the impact of this new mantra cannot die. Mother cannot die. With new body of new supramentalized cells, Mother cannot die. That was the conviction on the part of Satprem. Living isn't a solution, I wish. Mother says in 69 that Satprem remembered. Living isn't a solution, I wish. I wish they would not put me in a box. They would not put me in a coffin box and throw me into. Mother could not speak out the final word. Just like that, because even after the doctors have pronounced it dead, after the doctors pronounce my body dead, it will be conscious. It will be conscious. To regain consciousness, to redemonstrate consciousness is the privilege of my psychic. Is the privilege of my psychic. That is new nature. That is the clue which Mother practiced. Conscious. The cells are conscious. DNA is conscious. That is what science of biology, pathology proclaims now. That hidden immortality in our cell is to be so awakened by the Mother that it created the entire supramental body for her to demonstrate after 17th November 1973 on any day. On any day. The one morning, Satprem writes his own experience. 6 months he was banished from the ashram, prevented to enter into the mother's room in ashram. So he started roaming once again as he used to roam all over the world. So now he roamed in Himalayas during these 6 months and come back to Pondicherry. And after coming back to Pondicherry was reported that Mother died. Then one morning in 1973 on November 18, somebody came to tell me that Mother had died. The night before she was lying in the hall downstairs in the ashram and everyone was feeling past her. I arrived there, that is what Satprem says, stupefied, wonderstruck. She was lying beneath golden neon lights whose heat was reflected off the zinc ceilings while the fans ran amidst the defending. This is how Mother was kept there on the bed, where at present also that bed is preserved, was kept the so-called dead body of the Mother. It was not realistically dead body of the mother, but it was so called. I hope there will be research thereafter. What was the cocoon left out by the mother? What was there in this soil, which was the immortal soil, even amidst the mortal soil? That cocoon will be the field for new biology, for new lifespan, and for new organs to be developed, to be built up, and to be given birth. Three ashram doctors, Satprem writes, 3 ashram doctors had pronounced her dead. It was medical and irrefutable. It was medically announced, practically irrefutable. It is taken for granted to be most authentic statements as it is given by doctors. A few days earlier, on November 14, around midnight, she was on her chaise lounge. She could no longer lie on a bed. She was on bed, and she had asked to walk. I want to walk, otherwise I will be paralyzed. That is what mother requested her guardians and custodians and people who were serving mother. I will be paralyzed. She walked, supported by one of the guardians, until she turned blue. She turned blue also. That was Satprem collected the report of 6 months of his absence, and she could get a report of the very last day, last hours of mother's human life, mortal life of this birth. I want to walk. Those were the last words. I want to walk. I want to walk. I want to walk not only on the floor of her room, I want to walk on the field of mortality. I want to walk on the field of mortality to cross over the line of extinction, that is extinction verge. But in that tomb, Satprem writes tomb, Samadhi is not Samadhi for Satprem and at present, was bit angry, was bit harassed, was ventilating his own grievances. We are not to judge who is right and who is wrong. We are not to take any judgment whether Satprem was rightly banished or Satprem was wrong, unjustifiably banished. It was just action or unjust action. We may give it and we may leave it to the judgment and exploration of the time to come. But this is what Satprem's own experience. I want to walk, but in that tomb where they have put her, I know there are cells repeating. I know. And I experienced while documenting mother's utterances as such in 13 volumes in 6,000 pages. I could conclude rationally, intellectually, as student of the mother, as disciple of the mother, as Sri Ganesh of the new scripture of the mother. I was Sri Ganesh. As Ganesh wrote Ramayana of Valmiki ji, similarly Satprem wrote the whole account of the sadhana of mother conducted there in Pondicherry, not completely unknown, symbolically presented in Savitri as Savitri's yoga. But this is what the practical documentation of day-to-day experiences of the mother and directly from her own mouth. But in that tomb where they have put her, I know there are cells repeating. I know. It is not my conviction. It's not my belief. It's not my blind belief. It is my strong psychic conviction. We must also realize the difference between mental conviction, rational conviction, play of rationality meddling play of intellect, but it is over and above all this psychic conviction. I know. There are cells repeating Om Namo Bhagavate. There are cells still repeating in the cocoon left out by the mother. They are also still now at present also repeating and reciting the same mantra Om Namo Bhagavate. And they will repeat their invocation over and over until the earth comes out of its unreal falsehood. Till entire earth will start living her transfigured and transformed mass. Entire earth will start living transfigured mass and transformed mass. But it will not have a longer period of time, as per the version, as per the prediction, as per the assurance given to us by Sri Aurobindo. If we compile all of them, then we can come with our common sense, with no more powerful intellect is required to assimilate the vision of Sri Aurobindo, provided we are prepared to commit, to find out the truth that is prevalent in the scriptures written by Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. We should at least bank upon it, try to study, put our efforts to undertake this sadhana, of mind of cells. That is the clue, explored, practiced, demonstrated and accomplished by Mother. The assignment of a mind of light that was given to Mother to fulfill this work, to bring down the master clue, to remove and root out death universally. And its unreal falsehood, until it comes out of its false materialism and false spiritualism. False materialism is there and false spiritualism is also there. Bhagavad says that truth wears the clothes of falsehood and falsehood wears the clothes and garment of truth. That is spiritualism, that is also false to that extent, and materialism is false because it is death committed. Until it comes out of its false materialism and false spiritualism to enter into true matter, we have to find out the way, find out the clue of true matter and into the divine life on earth. And that is how we also can start living the divine life on the earth individually and breathing its force, its power, its light, its love, its fraternity, its harmony and everything. They are all 12 petals of the Mother. We can seek in the supramentalized shell of our body that has become the portal, but that portal is our pedestal for our psychic to experience and to demonstrate immortality. Earth. But perhaps some surprises are still in store for us. Because I have no account of last 6 months. That was the most decisive and ultimate reality of the of the final truth that Mother achieved to implement the real reality, de facto reality of supramental life on the earth. Perhaps some surprises are still in store for us. As early as 1958 she had said, in 1958 she had said, wait for the last act. You wait for the last act. We are waiting for that last act, but unfortunately we have not accounted de facto, conclusive, realistic, ultimate account of the ultimate reality above that was brought down on the earth in one decisive crystallized instrument of the Supreme Divine, and that is Mother Sadhana. So on 17th November, the Mother's experience We tried to explore, we tried to imbibe, and let Mother shower her blessings upon us to give us the slightest clue of this unfolded reality of death and the real, genuine reality of immortality.